quickly crank open the chest and hear the sound of cracking ribs. Similar to the sound of walnuts being cracked open, the noise sends chills down my spine. After I create an opening, I instinctively reach into the chest, fingers first, using the spine as my landmark. My fingers travel to the now nearly empty aorta to help restore blood pressure. I temporarily pinch this viaduct, which carries blood and oxygen to the rest of the body, closed. At the same time, I assist every other heartbeat with a compression of the heart. The heart is nearly empty. Henry puts in a large IV in the subclavian vein on the right side, just below the collarbone. Anesthesia puts in a large internal jugular neck IV line, and already I can feel the room warming up. Hypothermia, low temperature, causes clotting to collapse, so we want the room to be sweltering. I'm still pinching the aorta with my left hand, and with the flat part of my open right hand, I'm still assisting this kid's heart, every other beat. Suddenly my hands start to feel different, as if they are being guided. A serenade of sorts begins. In the operating room, there is a duality of emotion. A battle develops. I imagine hearing the voice of an announcer before a boxing match. On this side, in bloody clothes with nearly no vital signs, the patient and his trauma. Violence, death, hate, awful circumstance. And on the other side, in green scrubs, the trauma team with tools for survival. Who will win? Having worked with many patients and having heard stories about near-death and white light experiences, I realize this is one of those cases. This young man is at the line of clinical death, no vital signs, and somewhere over that line is biological brain death. For a few seconds, his heart stops, crossing the line. The tempo quickens as I squeeze the heart between my first 4 fingers and thumb, with care toward not pressing too hard. New transfused blood enters his veins and rushes to the right side of the heart, then to the lungs, and back to the left side of the heart. After a brief period on the other side of the line of life, his heart starts to beat again. I feel the heart getting fuller, but still my fingers keep the aorta pinched. The aorta is the large artery that comes off the heart and gives blood, with red blood cells carrying oxygen to the abdomen, kidneys, and legs. An artery is a blood vessel that goes away from the heart. The aorta is the largest artery in the body. Blood flows through the aorta, just like water through a garden hose. Is this a white light moment for this young man? In layperson literature, a white light moment involves a person who is close to death, seeing a bright light and hearing beautiful music. When I feel such a moment is happening, I try to be on my best behavior, because if a white light experience is truly occurring, where music is playing and an opening in heaven is created, it's possible that my mom might be looking down on me. My goal is to save this kid. Will the white light people be upset with me if this young man survives? Angry at having to call the whole thing off? After this near-death patient's pressure heads back toward a life-supporting level, Janelle changes positions with me and places her hands inside the chest. She receives a brief tutorial on how to pinch the aorta, and now the actual operation can begin. The case for urgency in this trauma can be argued with a pizza analogy. Years ago, Domino's stated that if they did not deliver a pizza within 30 minutes, the customer would get the pizza for free. Well, this type of trauma is like ordering a pizza, and if you don't stop the bleeding within 30 minutes, either the patient dies, or you've created a world of hurt for yourself and the patient in the coming days and weeks. So our challenge is to stop the bleeding within 30 minutes, and 10 minutes already have gone by. The anesthesia doctor, Rick, aka Annie, is a veteran anesthesiologist nearing the end of his career. He has seen everything and half wonders whether this patient will survive. He also wonders what the use is in saving a kid who may well be a gangbanger. Rick seems to have a bit of a jaundiced view of things. He asks me, "Would you like to listen to a little reggae music?" I nod yes. With my scalpel, I make an incision from just below the sternum, directly in the middle, straight down, around the belly button, and down to the pubis. There are different types of pubi. There is the symphysis pubis, the mons pubis, and the pubis pubis. Like a barker at a carnival, and concealing a snicker under my mask, I asked the medical student, "Janelle, what's the pubis pubis?" Still concentrating on pinching the aorta and watching every heartbeat through the chest opening, she quips, I do not know, sir, but I will find out and report back to you. The young medical student feels good that she is being treated as an equal and feels proud of the thrust that has been heaped upon her in this life or death drama. Hitting the jackpot, I see that Elsie is my scrub nurse. She's an older lady with gray hair and has deep lines in her African-American skin. Her face tells a story. She didn't finish high school, but has 5 kids who are all professionals. She has the skill of a concert pianist and has few equals. Elsie has experienced the roller coaster of life. One word describes her: understanding. Upon entering the abdomen, we are met with an ocean of blood, waves of red heme crashing and foaming onto the floor. Elsie, laps. LAP stands for laparotomy sponge, a small white towel about the size of a washcloth with a little magnetic ring on it for X-ray identification purposes. There's so much blood in the belly. It must be soaked up so that the source of bleeding can be found. It looks like this young man has lost at least 80% of his blood. 20 laps are placed in the right lower quadrant, 20 in the left lower quadrant, 20 in the left upper quadrant, and 20 in the right upper quadrant. That's 80 laps total, which we combine with suction. Eventually all the blood is soaked up, which allows us to see the sites of injuries. Our attention quickly goes to the right lower quadrant area, where there is obvious injury to both the small and large intestine, 2 bullet holes in each. Brisk arterial and venous bleeding is coming from the right lower quadrant. After placing strategic retractors, we see that the hemorrhage from the right lower quadrant artery and vein is very deep in the pelvis. Henry holds pressure in this area with 10 lap sponges, which gives us a little time to consider our options. The injuries to the intestines are manageable. Bowel clamps above and below the gunshot areas are placed at each bullet hole to control the leakage of stool. A quick check with Annie reveals that he and the massive transfusion nurse have given this young man 11 units of packed red blood cells and 4 units of fresh frozen plasma. Platelets are on the way. Blood pressure is 80/40, heart rate is 140. We're still in big trouble. With Henry still holding pressure in the deep pelvis, I say, let's take a peek. As soon as he takes off the pressure, wicked arterial and venous bleeding occurs. It's necessary to clamp the large vessels that lead into the right lower quadrant. Mostly with touch and instinct, and not so much with my eyes, I enter the back compartment in the abdomen, where the large arteries and veins run like high-flow pipelines. After I've controlled the distal aorta and cava with clamps, I tell Janelle that she can let loose of the aorta in the chest and come on down with us in the belly. We take a little peek into the right lower quadrant again, and still there's wicked arterial and venous bleeding, only temporized by Henry's 20 laps worth of manual pressure. Henry places fresh laparotomy pads in the lower quadrant area, deep in the pelvis, and continues to hold pressure from above. He's just a third-year surgery resident, but he knows we're in big trouble. Looking at me with almost completely fogged glasses and beads of sweat on his forehead, Henry wonders out loud, "Doc, what are we going to do?" Realizing the bleeding is very difficult to control, and in my years, having seen similar patients as this die, I reply, "Well, Henry, we're going to have to do the Baghdad procedure." He knows there's no such thing as the Baghdad procedure, but still he asks, "Doc, what's the Baghdad procedure?" "Okay, let me show you." My incision starts in the right groin area, close to the proximal thigh, and with a knife and scissors, I take the incision right down to the femoral vein. The veins are blood vessels that take blood back up to the heart. Next, I take the dissection on the top of the vein in the groin to the groin ligament, the inguinal ligament, which I divide into 2. Next stop is the cord structure, which is encircled and preserved. Following the femoral vein, I take a dive down into the pelvis on top of the common femoral branch to the iliac vein, dividing every bit of skin and subcutaneous tissue and muscle. This includes division of the external oblique, internal oblique, transversalis, and rectus muscles, thus dividing this young man's six-pack. He will now have a challenge regaining his six-pack, although if he survives, it certainly won't be impossible. I connect the groin incision with the midline abdominal incision, and upon connecting the last little bit of skin, I see that the entire area is splayed open in the most remarkable way. "Henry, get yourself a vascular clamp. I want you to put clamps above and below the area of arterial hemorrhage." Clamps in hand, Henry places the first one, and then, like duck soup, he places the second one. Great work, big guy. Now clamp above and below the venous injury. The Baghdad procedure has provided such good exposure that Henry, who's not even a fully trained surgeon, is able to put the clamps in place. He looks at me, and I look at him. 27 minutes have passed since this young man arrived. We've stopped the bleeding, and the pizza hasn't even arrived yet. Woo-ha! We use a 5-0 proline suture and a 4-0 proline suture to repair the damaged artery and vein. Vascular clamps are removed, circulation is restored, hemostasis, control of bleeding, is documented. Next, we'll do a 2-layer repair of the injured bowel, and we'll be good. Henry, go ahead and close up the thoracotomy, chest incision, and put in 2 chest tubes. Janelle and I will get his belly closed. The patient has stabilized. Even Bob Marley appears to be singing a little bit stronger. We all laugh as Red Red Wine starts to play, since the whole floor and OR table are soaked with blood. Red Red Wine indeed. As we finish closing the chest and belly and apply the dressings, I ask the OR nurses if one of them will call report to the ICU.
Crimson tears, stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. I can get through it. I'm feeling fine, 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 fine. And I know that it's gonna be alright, 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 alright. The operation was really tough, and I know that my recovery will be rough, but I'm gonna be alright, alright, alright. Alright. Crimson tears, stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. I can get through it. Crimson tears, stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. I can get through it. I'm feeling fine, fine, fine. And I know that it's gonna be alright, 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 alright. The operation was really tough, and I know that my recovery will be rough, but I'm gonna be alright, 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 alright. Crimson tears, stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. I can get through it. Crimson tears, stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. I can get through it. I'm feeling fine, 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 fine. And I know that it's gonna be alright, 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 alright. The operation was really tough, and I know that my recovery will be rough, but I'm gonna be alright, 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 alright. Shining in the midnight fight, hands guided steady through the darkest night. Elsie, with her wisdom calm and true, trauma team together, see what love can do. One heart, one light, fingers working, faith in sight. From the edge of death we pull back of death we